Hi warriors, it's Hanne here, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Hanne Arts. I'm a 24-year-old therapy care worker, and I talk about mental health, self-improvement, eating disorder recovery, and a whole range more. Definitely join me on this journey and hit that subscribe button. Anyway, in today's video, I just wanted to have a brief little chat about self-confidence and the opinion of others. I know, we all deal with this stuff, and it can get quite difficult, especially if you're struggling with self-esteem issues or are having your own doubts at the moment. Don't worry though, there's definitely some steps that you can put into place to build resilience and to stop caring about what others think of you. Let's get to these tips. First, a little backstory of me. I have always been quite a perfectionist, always busy, always trying to be productive, and definitely a little bit hurt if other people voiced not necessarily liking me or my content or the work that I produced. Especially now that this channel is skyrocketing, new subscribers are rolling in, I'm struggling. I'm finding it hard to keep up with my own pace and with the expectations of others. And with more followers and more comments overall, there's also a few more negative comments than when there were when obviously less people were being reached by my words. And it's the negative comments that somehow always seem to stand out. It's the negative opinions that somehow weigh so much more than the positive ones. And it really shouldn't be that way, but we're pretty much hardwired to do this, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm currently learning that what I'm doing is pretty awesome, and the fact that so many more people are joining me on this journey is pretty awesome, but also that some people won't vibe with this content. That makes sense. Some people might get triggered by this content, which also, I am not responsible for anyone else's triggers. And lastly, some people will just be haters, and this says more about them than it says about me. I'm learning these things as I go, and I thought I'd share with you my best tips and tricks. First, recognize that everyone has their own insecurities, just like you, and that most people are too concerned with their own doubts to be thinking about yours. In fact, they might be considering what you think of them. So, not all eyes are on you, and I think that's quite a good thing. It can be quite a relief. Second, even when people do have opinions of you, and people will have opinions on literally everything, realize that these are outside of your control. You can't influence the way people think, and it says more about them than it does about you. Next, I know, negative comments just sort of stand out. Even if 99% of the feedback you get is positive, that one negative comment will stand out and weigh so much more than all the positive feedback. Try not to let it. Don't let the negative comments shape you, and instead, let the positive ones drive you and drive your actions. Not only is this much nicer for you and your mindset, it's also going to make your actions resonate with people more, and it's going to help boost those positive comments until the negative ones are no longer there and no longer matter. Lastly, focus on what matters to you, and realistically, that shouldn't be the haters. There's so much more to life, so focus on that. You're unique, so don't get stuck in that negative mindset. Let the positive comments guide you, and in that way, find your purpose and do what makes you happy. Dare to be you and dare to make mistakes, even though that will elicit some negative comments. It's how you grow. It's how you find your passion. It's how you can be uniquely you, and that's pretty awesome. So, what concretely can you do? You can change your mindset. You can't change the mindset of other people. You can make a list of things that can go wrong and compare it to your actual worst case scenario mindset. it's likely that it won't be all that bad. Thirdly, you can learn to celebrate your successes and to focus on the positives. Maybe journal and keep a list of all your achievements and the things that you're proud of. Look at life in a positive light. And lastly, talk to yourself as you would a friend. If you're struggling with setbacks or negative comments, well, if your friend was in that situation, what would you tell them? Tell yourself the same thing. Be your own best friend. Anyway, these are my best tips to deal with self-doubt and to stop caring about others' opinions. Have I missed any? Definitely leave them in a comment. How do you deal with self-doubt and negative opinions of you? And I'll see you guys next week for another video.